Alright, are you ready guys for Night of Mirror only? We've got the most beautiful Gera Cup grid I have ever seen in my life. It's 4 Night Elves in the semifinals. It's just perfect. It's Night of Mirror only, the best matchup in Warcraft 3. So we're up for some incredibly exciting games here. Starting with Rock between Remind and Foggy. Sadly, we didn't get a close spawn. Close spawn could have been pretty damn interesting. But it's not a close spawn, so it's actually cross. Which means it's probably going to be a longer game. Probably at least. And it's going to be a lot of Demon Hunters. A lot. And even more Demon Hunters. Basically Demon Hunter only. There we go. Starting with the Demon Hunters. This is getting exciting, guys. But now, like, on a serious note, Night of Mirror can be pretty exciting. It can be pretty interesting. Especially if it's like Archer Talon play with like Naga and Dark Ranger second and third. But, well, it's still like having Night of Mirror only, like 2 best of 3s in the semifinals and 1 best of 5 in the grand finals. That being Night of Mirror only, it's like at some point the fun is over. But now it's starting already. First Ancient 4 creep here. This one is about to start as well. I'm already hard from seeing 2 Demon Hunters. Oh yeah, I get it, Shinimba. I mean, how could you not be? It's gonna be like the most beautiful mana burn wars you've ever seen in your life. Right, around doing some nice creeping here, getting a Cloak of Shadows, Slippers of Agility would be nice room. Ring of Protection for Foggy, so this is getting even more interesting, guys. Both players got the worst possible items they could have possibly gotten. That's beautiful. And Remind is... oh, he's gonna do it. Now this is actually exciting. There we go. Getting the Circlet. Gonna get the Augmenter here. And hopefully not lose his Demon Hunter to the creep. That's gonna be close. Never mind, he got the level up. Pendant of Energy. Probably even gonna sell it, to be honest. Because if he goes for the Naga second, he's probably gonna sell it anyway, because she basically never gets the full mana, so it's actually not too useful anyway to have that maximum mana increase, because if you never get to the threshold anyway, it's pretty much pointless to even have that item. Alright, so he healed up. He's gonna go for more creeping here, probably gonna finish this off. Or go for the orange spot for more items for his Demon Hunter. Nope, looks like he's gonna finish off the Goblin Shop. At very minimum, 7 Demon Hunters for one side, so 14 Demon Hunters actually. With only 7 games, meaning 2-0, 2-0, 3-0. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is, for those who are watching the YouTube VOD, we have this grid, and Rudan, like Dementia here in the grid, Rudan apparently has to help his girlfriend with something or something like that, so he can't play for quite some time. So the only game that's happening right now is this one here. So if this series finishes before the series of Rudan versus Jack starts, that would mean that we have this best of 3, then we're gonna see the other best of 3 as well if that starts rather late. And then we're gonna see the grand final as well, so we're gonna see at least 14 Demon Hunters if all the series are 2-0 or 3-0 for the grand final. If we actually get to catch a second semifinal as well. So we're gonna see at least 14 Demon Hunters for today, most likely at least. The thing is, it's probably not gonna always be a clean 2-0 or 3-0, so might be even more than 20 Demon Hunters that we're gonna see in the next like 2 or 3 hours. But I mean, what else could you wish for? That's like the most exciting part of Warcraft 3, having Demon Hunter on. But no, it's like tier 2 is actually finishing for Remind quite soon. He's getting his shop to get that staff. I think he actually has pretty much a perfect timing on his shop. No, it seems to be a little bit too late. But Foggy on the other side, his tier 2 is already finished. And he's already getting his Naga now. So we're not gonna see a fight in the middle of the map straight away. Remind waiting for the staff here. Selling his TP, in fact. Now that could be interesting. Getting Archer range upgrade. And this looks like Remind could actually go for a really, really aggressive playstyle. Oh yes, the PogChamp is real. Double free Demon Hunter. There's gonna be some fancy mana burns. Both have the exact same items. Like those at least, Cloak of Shadows doesn't do anything. Like the permanent items at least. And focus on the Naga of Remind already. Foggy got a really good opening to his fight, getting the Naga to lower HP already, and getting one Archer out of the fight as well. And Foggy going for an early tier 3 tag, Ancient of Lore already. There's no Hunter's Hall for Remind, so it's gonna be Archer Talon play, probably. So it's actually quite nice that we have two different playstyles from both players. That's gonna make this a lot more interesting. Instead of having the kind of bear fights where both players just A-move and hope for the best. That's not really how it works, but I mean, roughly how it works. And Foggy is just gonna creep this with his Ancient 4 now, whereas Remind is like, fuck this shit, I'm just gonna do Red Spot straight up. And he can definitely do it, he just needs to micro quite well. So not all of his stuff dies. And the Archer is in trouble and actually dies. That's what I'm talking about. Tome of Experience for the Demon Hunter, Cloak of Flames. Cloak of Flames is not the best item, but well, it's still okay, but probably gonna be sold. Losing that one Archer was pretty unfortunate, but it's still fine. He gets the whole creep. Foggy got that invul pot from the spot here. That's really incredibly good for him, actually. 15 seconds of Demon Hunter doing whatever he wants to. So, guys, we're gonna have even more quality time of the Demon Hunter here. Which is always a good thing. Now, Foggy is going into Dryad's Bears. One Dryad so far, probably just gonna go into full Bears at this point. And Remind getting his tier 3 as well, getting his second Ancient of Wind. So he's gonna go into Heavy Talons, together with some Archers. His Ancient of 4 is busy with helping with creeping now though, so no more Archers for the time being. And he's actually really, really low on Lumber, so he's gonna have a hard time actually getting that Master Talon upgrade. And there's the one of Mana Sealing. Pretty bad item for Remind here. And let's see what Foggy actually got. Foggy got a Mana Potion, which he's gonna sell, because he doesn't need it so much on his heroes. They don't rely on mana as much as like a Shadow Hunter, for example. So he rather sells it and it gets like another heal scroll instead, or a Dryad Barrier, or something like that. Or a Magic Potion, for example. That's also an option. Now he got his Orb of Venom. Ancient 4 dies to the creeps here, but he should still have an easy time creeping this. Has to be careful about Archers getting shockwave by the Overlord here. Heal scroll invul pot for the Naga already. And we might actually keeping the Cloak of Flames. I mean, it's not too bad, especially when playing against bears, I guess. Well, I mean, bears are few units but high HP units, so it's not the best against them, but they're still melee, so they're gonna be around the Demon Hunter quite a bit usually. That's why I'm saying that it's good. Let's see what Remind can get here now. He really could use a good item from here, like Invul Pot or Greater Healing. Let's see if he can get that. It's gonna be the Invul Pot. That's really, really nice for him. And for Foggy, it's the Catker's Pipe of Insight, which is really damn nice. I mean, as I said earlier, the zero composition doesn't rely that much on mana. But, I mean, it's still quite nice to just have more mana region for the Frost Arrow, for the bears as well. Would have also been real nice for Remind, for the Talons, that Catker's Pipe of Insight, but he got the Cloak of Flames instead. And he's actually going for a Tinker first, so this is kind of like the Talon strategy that Nalov plays against Orc. So let's just pretend this is actually Nalov versus Orc instead of Nalov Mirror. It's just with a Naga instead of a Beastmaster and more Archers, but we can ignore that, right? Our Master Bear upgrade is already through, Walk of the Claw coming in as well, so they can actually use their Roar while in bear form. And the opening fighting position for Foggy is not that great. Takes him some time to actually get his Bears and Demon Hunter into position. Loses one Moonwell, so he's also supply blocked. He has 1k gold. Cannot get any more units though. So this is looking really good for Remind. I think they're already in some trouble though, already used one healing potion. But the Demon Hunter of Foggy as well in trouble, but he has a 15-second invul pot, so he's still fine. And units dying a lot here. Let's see if Foggy can actually still defend this well enough. He's pretty much out of Moonwell juice. He is actually not supply blocked anymore because the Moonwell here finished and he lost some units. But the Demon Hunter has to be careful, gets staffed out. Soapy Mask actually for Foggy from the red spot up here. Which, yeah, it's nice for... It's really not too bad for Naga, really. She has insane mana regen now. And she's still on mana, having continuous Frost Arrow against the Demon Hunter is really damn nice. Invul Pot is actually on cooldown for Remind's Demon Hunter, so he has to be rather careful here, but it's almost off cooldown again. Now it's Freed Rides for Foggy, 2 more bears coming in, so his army is pretty solid again quite soon. Remind actually has a lower supply count now, but he's going for an expansion behind this. Foggy instantly scouting it though, building Engine of War there, so that's not gonna happen so easily for Remind. He's gonna go and cancel the Engine of War now, it looks like. The thing is, Remind invested into a lot of healing potions and just into one strong push. The push was still pretty damn strong, it worked out kinda nicely, but the question is, did it work out well enough? Foggy's Demon Hunter getting rather close to level 5 and a level 3 mana burn is gonna hurt the Tinker and the Naga a lot, as well as the Talons. Now there actually is the Cyclone, but there's the anti-magic potion for the Demon Hunter, so he can Cyclone him, and that's the biggest threat for Remind anyway. Fairy Dragon even, probably only against the Naga really. And another is Remind actually going for Mass Fairy Dragons. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god! Foggy actually loses his Demon Hunter, cannot staff him out in time. What the hell am I even witnessing here? Like, Foggy was basically in a nice position and then he just loses his Demon Hunter in such a weird fashion. Like, now he's completely fucked because that expansion is probably gonna come up. Unless that Angel 4 actually manages to cancel that one. But, like, not even looking at the expansion, Foggy is in trouble here. He got his Demon Hunter back though, so he's back again. And this is legit Mass Fury Dragons. Like, dude, I love Remind. We have only Night Elves left in Gera Cup, but he actually makes the games interesting, so that's really cool. That's really awesome to see. But Remind, he's pushing so far into the base. Level 3 Naga is dead. Demon Tinker is gonna die as well. And what the hell is even going on here? Like, both players just throwing the game around like they're playing ping pong or something. Like, I don't know. Has to use it. Invul Pot. Dude, if you're gonna get... Oh, there's no mana burn, okay. There's a Cyclone, do it! He's not doing it. There we go. So he has to move Crow for him. And Remind is legitimately playing Mass Fury Dragons now. Tree of Life barely survived. Foggy not microing his Engine of War, so he couldn't finish him off. And the Fury Dragon is actually harassing something here, or... well, not sure what that's about. But now there's Mass Fury Dragons for Remind. He has to get his heroes back, which is gonna take a while. And he's actually taking care of the Angel of War. 5 damage per hit. Slowly but surely, it's working out. And actually, sorry for missing that one, Foggy has his counter expansion up already as well, so they basically both expanded at the same time, so this is actually still looking good for Foggy. Especially after killing Naga and Tinker. Like, the crazy thing is just that Remind overinvested so much into running like into here, like to try to pick some units off, but like I don't know why he was being so aggressive. That's really weird. But now it's a Dark Ranger for Foggy for some silences and that beautiful kind of stuff. That Fairy Dragon is sadly gonna die. That cute unit here. And that expansion is probably not gonna survive. He's going to more talents, so he's not really committing to Mass Fury Dragons that much. He's going for like a mix of talents and Fury Dragons, which is pretty damn fancy at this point. But level 5 Demon Hunter 5.3 in fact. And that expansion is not gonna survive anymore. That's definitely not gonna survive. So Foggy has an expansion behind all of this while Remind doesn't have one anymore. So Remind really has to get something done in this fight now. Going for the right focus already, but look at the Orb of Venom spread here. Like, one Orb of Venom hit is basically like more than 100 damage because of the damage over time. Which is pretty damn ridiculous. And the 3 dragons are just getting completely destroyed. There's a Forked Lightning, 5.6 for Foggy's Demon Hunter. And at this point, it really is GG. Remind taps out 1-0 for Foggy.